Hello to all you Capricorns. This is the first month of the year, January of 2020. Happy birthday for some of you. And let's have a look at what this month is all about. Of course, you're the captain of your ship. Don't forget that. Just take what resonates with these general horoscopes. But of course, there are two signs who are really into the picture this month, and it is your opposite sign, which is Cancer, and also your sign. They're probably gonna be the longest videos because this really an important month. This is the month where we are having all those conversations about, this Saturn, and your ruler Saturn is coming together with Pluto. That is a huge thing, and it's coming together in your sign around and about the 12th of the month. But you have felt this building up throughout the last couple of months. So that's one thing, very important. But this is what I've been talking about for months and months. This is about the transformation that you've been going through. Pluto is a planet of transformation, and it's going to change what it wants to, what is death. And I mean, not literally, of course, but things that are not working anymore. It's going to say, demolish that, or put down the structure so that we can build with the good Bob the Builder qualities there, a new structure. And that's been happening with you. I mean, it's in your first house, which is your path, and it's a bit like your whole life. I mean, it's your relationships, it's your it's your destiny as well. So a lot of you Capricorns, they have done those changes already, and that can have given them anxiety, fear for the new, because not knowing, of course, what the new is. And now, not only Saturn and Pluto coming together is like a culmination point, it's like the end point of, look, the foundation is set here. There's also this very positive energy of Jupiter in your sign. That was already last month in December, but that is now with the South Node. So this gives you, on a karmic level, abundance. And it seems like a bit out of the blue. So when we had last year, Saturn, your ruler with the South Node, which is about restrictions, things that are tough, it's now the opposite. It's Jupiter with the South Node. So it's going to give you opportunities to see things in a different perspective, to believe, to get hope, to all those good things that Jupiter is represented of. The bigger picture, seeing it and going for it, expanding. So now it's not all about fear and restriction and things that you need to put down that you don't want to put down because you're afraid that your whole existence will disappear. No. Now this is about restructuring, but in a very gentle way, in an easygoing way, and in a way with an understanding more of the whole bigger picture, and with more optimism, and with more. So when there was a lot of fear involved, if you are that Capricornian that is saying, yeah, there was a lot of fear for losing this or losing that, this is now the opposite energy of abundance. And I want you to be very open for that. It's the first 2 weeks that it's happening, and it's happening around 8 degrees of 4 to 8 degrees of Capricorn, so at the very beginning, but all the Capricorns will feel it. So tap into that energy of it's not the end point, so still you're going to have Saturn and Pluto in your sign, but for the whole year you're going to have Jupiter in your sign as well. So it makes it a lot easier to make those changes and to deal with the fears that you're having. It's also about relationships this month. The North Node is in your opposite sign of relationships with the moon. And there's an eclipse to make it even more interesting. An eclipse on the 10th of the month at 20 degrees of Cancer. So for those of you who are single, especially the men out there, the Capricornian men, it could mean meeting someone new, a significant woman in your life, because the moon and the north node represent that. It represents something new. It represents, especially if you are someone, for instance, that's been single for a long time, and you want to get out of a rut. This could be the moment where you're meeting someone new. It could have been someone that you already know in last month, so in December time, because and even before that, because these eclipses are not new. They've been happening in those opposite houses. But it could also mean that now it establishes itself. For the women amongst you and who are single, you could meet a man who's got those traits of the Cancerian energy, so who's very protective, who's very gentle, who's very understanding. And and they kind of mirror your own need for nurturing, and when you're open for that, this could really make it happen. When you are in a relationship and you've had a rough time with all that Saturn Pluto, this can show that there is a culmination here, and the puzzle is falling into place, and there's balance again. When it could also mean the end of a relationship, but that is only when it has been very, very rough, very, very tough, and probably that already happened a bit earlier, so in the December month. But whatever it is for you on a relationship level, this is very serious energy here. This is no energy to mess around with, and the people that you are going to invite into your life are going to be reflected with that, that nurturing element, but also about the Jupiterian element, which is growth, and which is you who have been growing tremendously by putting away parts of you that are no longer suiting you and that are actually a bit outdated, so to speak. And it was a hard thing for you to do. It's like really the culmination of a lot of work you did in 2019 that is showing itself now with this full moon. It's a full moon, but it's an eclipse as well. So you're going to find back the balance between what your needs, between someone else's needs, and in relationships. So really, really important month. And then a bit lighter. It's not that important, but I love to mention it. It's at the very end of the month, a very romantic kind of energy is happening. Mars is squaring Venus, although it is a square, it's very passionate. But Neptune is involved as well. So the only thing I want to warn you for, do I have to warn a Capricorn? No. But it's your communication. So the pitfall is that you have to be a bit careful with what you communicate, that it's not misunderstood or you misunderstand it. But apart from that, it could be very lovely, a connection with someone else. It's all happening a bit behind the scenes because Mars is in your 12th house. So it could be also a connection with someone in the neighborhood, a connection with someone on the internet as well. And that gives you a bit of those magical feelings there. This is only for a couple of days, for a week or so. But especially when you are someone who had a rough time in relationships and now you feel there is still a little bit of magic, and you're gonna feel very romantic when it comes to love and your ideas around it with Venus and Neptune in your 3rd house. So you could get also some very beautiful messages. Again, don't put people too much on a pedestal and you'll be fine. Having said that, thank you so much for watching. I wish you a very, very good transformational month. You did a lot, and you're one of those signs who are going to see the fruits now from all the efforts you did during the whole of 2019. And that's good. I also want to thank you, dear Capricorns, of the subscribing of my channel, the liking of the videos, the watching of the videos. Thank you so much. It really means a lot to me because it gives me energy to keep on going with these videos. And the channel is still growing, so it's growing in a very Capricornian kind of way. It's like a steady, slowly but surely. So that's good, right? Having said that, I thank you so much for watching. Have a very good month and see you next month. Bye-bye.